What's happening, family?
What's good?
Welcome back to another episode of
Is This Gonna Cause an Argument?
I'm one of your hosts, Marcus Tanksley, a.k.a. Tank, and my other host, my beautiful wife. I'm going to let them know who you are.
Hi, baby. Hey. My name is Angel Tanksley, also known as Angel Akita Moore, also known as That Chick Angel. That Chick Angel. If this is your first time tuning in, first of all, what took you so long to get here? Because we've been here for 7 years. Mm-hmm. You should have been here, okay, with us, communing with us. This is a weekly podcast that my husband and I make live on Wednesdays, where we cover a gamut of topics and we use the energy of our relationship to decide, do I agree with you or nah? Okay, and no telling what's going to happen because we cover so many topics. All right, so you can watch it on my YouTube channel, That Chick Angel TV, or you can listen to it wherever podcasts are streamed. And we have some special people in the building with us, watching us live. Mm-hmm. We actually tape these on Mondays. Is our Patreon, which we call our immediate family. They are his heifers, Tank's riders. They are my angel wings, but most importantly, they are very important community to us. Yeah. If you would like to be a part of that community, which involves events, live events, virtual events. Well, the live events haven't started happening yet, but they will be next year. And virtual events. Popping. I plan on doing a brunch with them here soon. You can join for the low of $5 at www.patreon.com/thatchickangel. We usually have sponsors today.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a sponsor-free episode.
Sponsor-free. I ain't got to listen to her transitions. Actually, transitions be entertaining.
But you can go back if you haven't listened to an episode in a while. Like or miss something, go back. We got some ads in there.
Last
you can go
week,
ahead and use
week before that, using promo codes.
I was talking about Caraway Home the other day because that stuff is good.
It truly is fire. Like I ain't want to use a skillet a whole lot, but that thing, I'm like, what else can I put in here?
Yeah,
I ain't getting no free ad out of us. All right, I want y'all to know how much I struggle because Angel has always been the one to introduce the very top of the introduction, and then I slowly got into saying the whole gamut after introducing the title of the show. Mm-hmm. So to do it after doing Let Us Tell It, it's been so many times. Like Goose usually edits it out when I mess it up. I'm like, keep it in there because I'll be like, "What's up, family?" Waiting on him to respond, and then over here I'm like, welcome back to another episode of Let Us Cause an Argument.
Oh, my God.
I be struggling.
Hey, real quick question. Y'all can be honest. My feelings will not be hurt. I was having a good conversation with my good friend, Damian Thompson, and me and him were talking about how much better the show is, meaning this podcast is This Gonna Cause an Argument, when Marcus is the lead host. And Damian was like, I got to agree with you, sis, because Marcus brings a different level of energy when he is the lead host and responsible for the momentum and the movement of the show versus just responding to me.
Falsehoods.
And I was like, I know. He was like, because Damien, he watches Let Us Tell It as well. He watches that podcast. He was like, Marcus be killing it on Let Us Tell It. He was like, his energy is up.
That's because I have to.
Marcus, you have to hear.
No, I'm saying like I am the energy over there. Like it's like Goose is like starting a lawnmower. Like I got to.
I want you to
put
be
in
the
work,
energy
and then eventually
here.
he gets my energy be here.
No. I want you to think you have to be the energy here.
No, because then it's exhausting.
Okay, you be exhausted
no.
over there too. Absolutely.
Y'all shut up.
Yes.
Don't nobody ask y'all.
It is so much better.
Yeah, see, they like it either way.
No, ain't nobody said that at all.
See, Shiggity said it's not better when I do it. That's exactly what you meant. Shut up.
No, she said she's playing.
Hey. She said what she said.
She said, I'm going to play devil's advocate, meaning she going to advocate for your evil ass. It is so much better.
I agree with Angel. Y'all always agree with Angel.
Yes, Angel said, start my lawnmower. Yes. So soon y'all not gonna be hearing my voice at the top of this podcast at all, because it's gonna be my baby leading.
No, well, you just did. I do what you just did. What? I didn't realize how much I did.
What you mean?
After you say,
yeah, I let you do.
Angel,
Yeah.
All that crap.
After I do all that, you come in and then you usually do that first introduction chunk. But then after that, you be like, let me put my car in neutral and just coast in
That's
this
a lie.
bitch.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You know I don't do that.
You don't be coasting?
No, I don't be coasting.
All right, but I would love for you to drive regardless. Don't roll your eyes.
Anyway, family, we got a segment entitled Back in Time.
Let's go back.
Way back.
Back in time.
This is a segment where we listen to a clip from our earlier days doing this podcast or a previous podcast, and we talk about how things have changed since then about a particular topic that we were talking about. So y'all gonna sit here and listen to this, and unfortunately, I gotta hear my disgusting voice. It's awful. I mean,
You don't talk about my husband like
he
that.
talks like an old punk bitch.
Don't you talk about my husband. He can fight you.
Yeah, I'm sure
And
he
he'll
will.
win.
He might.
All right, here we go.
After seeing this girl's Brazilian butt lift, I was like, now that I would do. She had some fat moved from behind her back, where like right underneath her bra, her inner thigh. She had fat removed from 4 different places. I think maybe some from her stomach, but her butt just looked smooth in like nice shape. And I said, now see that I can understand. I can get with that. Like the big fake, like juicy butts. I don't. For some reason in my head it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know. Maybe because I sit on my butt. I feel like I do so many things with my butt, sitting mostly, but like working out, running. It seems weird to have that much extra.
It looks, yeah, like different strokes for different folks. I think it looks stupid.
So what would you think about that if I was just like, well, no, I want to take some of my inner thigh fat and just put just a little bit to smooth my butt back out?
I would say let's spend 3-4 months in the gym going hard and see if we can get them same results.
Well, no, cellulite does not go away.
I ain't saying nothing about cellulite.
That's what I mean.
All right, the cellulite can come right back.
What if? So you're saying?
That's my answer. I just answered your question.
You're saying.
First of all,
Hold on, let me see where we at.
we are at our place, our last place. Let me tell
What are we
you.
hearing? Oh, a helicopter?
Yes, helicopters, police, siren. Let me tell you how the Lord has delivered us from the muck and mire. I don't know if you all could hear in the clip. I don't know how you couldn't hear the clip. How the ghetto birds flying around.
Oh my God.
The police car chase that's happening. We're numb to it.
It wasn't no construction site, but we heard construction in that clip.
I was like, wait a second. What is all that noise? Oh, the Lord. That was the one thing about where we used to live, is that it was so hard to film anything quiet because there was so much action happening around where we live.
And it's almost like it got louder once we got further away from the airport. It's like that second house was louder than the first one.
It was louder.
And the first house, we were next to the airport. Like, you could smell the jet fuel.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was just, especially at night, it was popping. They were doing a lot of things in the city of Van Nuys. Okay, so.
Lake Balboa.
Yes, a Lake Balboa. How do I feel the same? I probably feel even more so like, yeah, move some fat to some other places and smooth out stuff. My niece actually sent me a post on Instagram. This is at least a year or two ago. I think Victory sent it. What do they call? It's when, okay, so there are some women that were born with hips. I don't have hips. I got butt and I got thighs, but the hips are not here. So sometimes women, when they get in shape, they get women shaped like myself, we get like a little divot.
That dimple right there on the side of the cheek.
Oh, and it's just You
don't like the dimple?
No.
Huh.
It looks horrible in like form-fitting dresses, in my opinion. Because if the desired shape, I'm not saying everybody desires the shape, and I'm not even saying I honestly desire the shape. If the desired shape is the Coke bottle, where your hips come out from your waist, that little extra divot in makes no goddamn sense. So things that are supposed to be tight, or if I wear tights or something, it looks odd. So I didn't know that some people get Brazilian butt lifts not for just to have a bigger butt. Some people just literally fill in that little bit of space right there so that it's smoother coming down. And this girl was in shape. This girl whose video we watched, she was in very good shape. And she just had that smoothed out. I was like, that looks nice.
Yeah, that's some chick stuff because I think it looks perfectly fine.
Hip dips is what they call the hip dips.
Ain't nothing wrong with them dips.
Them
dips say, hey, you've been putting in that work. That's almost like developing the teardrop on the quad and like, well, I let me fill this in because my leg ain't smooth no more. Ain't nothing wrong with that dip.
No, but some people have it. It doesn't matter if you're in shape or not. It's just the way your body is shaped.
All right.
I'm saying I don't think I would do it. I don't think I would do it. Actually, and the only reason why I wouldn't do it is because I now notice, now that I've perused the world of plastic surgery a little bit more, I notice now more than ever how the skin sits on top of someone's body that has had work done. It doesn't sit the way someone else does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like the skin has been moved off of top of the fat, and the way it drapes back does not look the same. And I'm not saying it looks bad, so I'm not trying to insult anyone who has had any type of body work done. I noticed that I don't like that look as much as I like the look of someone who is either heavier or just, shaped like an average person in the way their skin looks on their body. But that's today that I feel that way. I don't know about tomorrow.
Being that we speaking on women's body and this hip dip that was what you brought up. Ain't no man gonna see nothing wrong with that dip.
Ain't no man with your mindset.
I got a lot of men. I'm a majority. A lot of things women getting surgeries on and stuff, it's for them, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I do believe there are a lot of women.
A man's eyes is a lot easier to prove than a woman's eyes.
What you
when
mean?
You talked about cellulite and stuff, who cares about some cellulite? I don't give a damn.
I will say, let me tell you, this is where I disagree with you. I don't think podcasts that like Kevin Samuels podcast or the those two dudes that are always saying toxic crap on theirs.
They all whack.
Right. I don't think their podcasts would be as popular or listened to if there were not people who had the same mindset as them. I'm not saying every dude does, but there is a nice amount of dudes.
There's a nice amount, but there's a lot of people in this world too.
I get it.
And
so
a lot of people just like to hear toxic stuff. Like we all know that I Got Fired got more views than I Got Hired.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying when you say don't no man care about that, I'm saying don't no
real ass man care about that.
Okay, that's
he a bitch if he cares that much about wanting you to fill in some divots and don't want no cellulite. Tell him get his crap together.
Okay, well then
I'm looking at it like, huh?
I said okay, then yes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like when I say a woman's eyes is a lot harder to please than a man.
You said prove.
Please. A man's eyes is a lot easier to please.
Now that makes sense.
And a woman's eyes is like women will look at their bodies and they will look at their homegirls and say, girl, don't you think I should do this? Yeah, that would look cute if you did this or did that or had this lifted or that moved and get that cut out. And you ask a man, girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. What you talking about?
I believe that from you.
If he a real one. If he like, nah, you need to go cut that out and move this and move that. Tell him to fix his teeth in his face.
If those look bad on him, yeah.
They probably do. Tell him to get rid of his gut and his whatever he got going on around his thighs and ass.
So if I did get that done, would you just be like, or would you be like, as long as it don't look crazy?
I think I would have a problem with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I said it then. I feel the same.
Why would you? You said
I see nothing wrong with your butt and your thighs now.
I know.
Why go through a surgical procedure? If you want to do it for you, I can't stop you. But I'm saying I would have a problem because I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with your butt and your thighs.
But if you couldn't even see the difference,
then why do it?
Well, I'm just saying because there are a lot of things that you don't notice the difference on because they were never an issue for you in your eyes.
Yeah, then why do it?
For me, like you said.
If you gonna do it before you, ain't nothing I can do about that. Will I judge you in my head? Absolutely. All the time.
Is there any plastic surgery if they were like, all men have to get, this is the way I'll phrase it, all men have to get at least one piece of plastic surgery, if that was just like the law, so you can't get out of this. I don't want you to try to work your way out of this. What is the one thing that you would be like, all right then, this is
permanent back hair removal. That's my plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery.
It ain't.
And you can get that. We can easily get that done because I want to go ahead and get. I don't want to have to keep having to deal with this mustache or these chin hairs. I'm so done.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, why don't fix it? Then women going in getting all this stuff, and then 10, 15 years from now, it look like you got sheets draped on a lamp because things ain't aging right. Now you gotta go back in and get something.
Now, Shantae, you are right. BBLs are the most dangerous and lethal surgery in the world, but a lot of that has to do with it is the most bootleg surgery that people are getting it done in hospital rooms. If you can buy one cheek
and get one cheek for free, there's a problem.
That is not ever the case, because you think you're probably more so of it. But implants, people moved away from implants because you have the thing of implants rotating people's implants.
Yeah, I told you, like that dude, I saw him grab his woman's butt that was walking down the street, and it looked like he was like massaging her butt. It looked like he was playing with the implant under her skin.
Oh, no.
It was awful.
But no, women have been going into hotel rooms. They are purposefully flying to the Dominican, to these Caribbean countries to get it done for cheaper. So you're dealing with different medical regulations, and then
no medical regulation.
You getting silicone poison because they're it's difference between putting a bag in your body that is enclosed than injecting something into your body. So
yeah,
that's the only reason why I was like fat transferal, something that already exists in me, just to move it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, so an actual plastic surgery.
An actual that I have to get something.
You ain't got no choice.
Let me see. No, I guess that ain't plastic surgery either. Plastic. You know what? I tried to get rid of for years and couldn't. As much as I worked out, my pecs don't meet.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen other guys I've seen massive cut up dudes that work out all the time who's pecs don't meet. So I would get that filled in, I guess.
Okay.
I honestly don't care, but
I know Marcus,
if I gotta get one, that's what I would do.
Well, I know you would never get one, so I'm glad.
Yeah, and it would be obnoxious too. It'd just be
They look
to
like
where I gotta clean it out on the inside.
It looks like just titties.
Just because I know you would have something to do with this rule, this new law that's been put in place.
Mm-hmm. You stupid.
But anyway, y'all, that's my feel on the whole. I ain't changed my feelings about it over all this time. Moving on.
Moving on.
That needs to stop. I'm talking about my watch. Next segment is Tanksley Pride. Go on, let them know what Tanksley Pride is, Angel.
Tanksley Pride is a segment that we do where we focus on our 4 boys, which we call Tanksley Pride. You can follow them on Instagram at Tanksley Pride. And we tell you a story, a recent story about one of the 4. There's Amara, who's 3. There's Kai and Sai, our twins, that are 7. And as of today, the day that we're filming this, the 8th month of the year, August, on the 29th day of our Lord and Savior in the year of 2022, our eldest child has turned 13 years old. We have an actual teenager amongst us in our house. And
I told him he's off the clock. He's like, oh yeah. And Angel was like, what does that mean?
I don't get it. I don't get it. Because the clock don't go past 12. And now he is past that. People always laugh at me when they say, do you have a favorite child? And I'm like, yes. They're like, ooh. I'm like, little Marcus.
Yeah, it's easy.
And
years later, the other kids gonna see this.
Yeah, they are. And they're gonna be like, you was? And I'll be like, yes.
Now they be like, I get it.
I'll be like, listen, if he wasn't the way he was, the rest of y'all would not be here. So y'all need to be grateful to him too. If he wasn't as great of a child as he was, we really would not have had any more.
Like if you had your youngest brother first, y'all wouldn't be here.
Would not. So, oh my goodness, this story this is one of those bookmark moments that I'll remember until the Lord either takes my memory or I pass away. So yesterday we threw his 13th birthday. He requested to go-kart racing. So we found a location. Victory helped us book a place that does go-karting, laser tag.
She wasn't there though because she don't care.
Yeah, she don't like her cousin's birthdays. She's giving us a middle finger now. So
by choice, she ain't have nothing else to do either, y'all. Just putting that out there.
The thing about Marcus is he does not get to see his friends often in person. It's very rare, actually. So he has a friend from elementary school that's one of his best friends, Aiden, that lives so far away from us. They see each other. This is their first time seeing each other, I think, in 2 years. I think Marcus's last birthday was the last time he saw him.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they
been
on FaceTime and crap, but
I'm talking about in person.
In person, yeah, they ain't seen each other.
He has 2 best friends that he made at his school that he no longer attends for middle school, Tucker and Jamal, and then some other friends that he's known since he was little or either since they were born.
Yeah, I can only think of one of his other like really close friends that couldn't make it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Everybody was in attendance.
So the party was great. Everybody was vibing. The girl, there were 2 girls there, and luckily they know each other really well, so they were able to kind of kick it with each other because they're at that age where
they all around the same age. So 12-year-old girls, 13.
It's just weird.
Same as if it was Marcus would have been fine, but most boys at a mostly girls party even would be like, all right,
there's nobody. Yeah. So it not only looked like he was having a great time, the boys had a great time. They're just talking.
And the girls, they all had.
They're speaking each other's language, okay? So then we come home. And because he's a teenager, most of his gifts are envelopes, right? People don't really buy you anything at this
I remember
age.
that age.
Yeah.
I remember that Christmas.
Where it was like
It was depressing for me.
You didn't like it?
Yeah, I was like, I knew I was at that age though. I was like, dang, it's either clothes or cards.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
I think I was like 13, something like that. I remember that. But go ahead.
So I pull out all the envelopes, and I don't record this in the vlog. So when the birthday vlog goes up, they won't have that much footage. I don't record it because I thought it might be a little tacky because I knew it was all like money and gift cards. I was like, I don't want to put this online, right? So he opens up the first one, and it's 2 $50 gift cards. Mm-hmm. He's already like, what in the hell is happening? Like somebody gave me 2 $50 gift cards and specific to the things he actually wanted, because I gave this person a piece of his list. So it was to Steam, which is like an online gaming platform, and then a Nintendo gift card, which is, he has a Nintendo Switch. So like, this is where a lot of his games exist. So he's like, wow. He opens up another card. There's a $50 Visa card in there. Yeah. He's like, what? Right? Yeah. Now he's rubbing his head. He's
like, oh my God. Yeah.
I think he was expecting at most like $13 in each thing. And he's like, these people is coming out like this. Opens up the next card. There's like $100 cash in
20s.
In 20s. So he had to first count it as 20s. He was like, what? He counted it in twos. He was like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is $100.
He said, I would have been fine with just 20.
Yeah, right. And so he opens up, there's more gift cards. He opens up, there is one gift. Actually, there's another one that I just found in my purse. There is one gift, and it's one of the things that was on his list, which was a gaming mouse from one of his friends, right? So he opens up everything, and I was like, you happy? He was like, yeah, like his eyes are like big, and
oh my God, like
he's really perplexed. So he leaves out of the dining room where we open up everything, and he goes into the kitchen. I go into the kitchen too, and he's kind of still just standing there, like looking a little crazy. And I was like, what's up? He was like, I'm still just trying to process it all, right? And I said, oh, well, let's get this part on camera. You like processing it, because I didn't want him opening up his gifts on camera. And so he sits back down at the dining room table. I press record and I go, so how do you feel now that you've opened up all your gifts? Y'all, this baby bust out crying.
He said, first he said, I just feel really grateful, and just busted out crying.
I was like, oh. And I went over and I hugged him, and I was like, I told him, and his dad was echoing everything. I was like, I brag on your straight A's all the time. I was like, but the thing that makes us the proudest is you are such a good human being that I said, no one can actually monetize how much they love you, but this is them showing how much they appreciate you.
Yeah.
And his dad echoed, he was like, and because you're such a good friend to these people. I was like, your friends are broke. They don't have the money. The parents are the ones choosing to put this much money in your cards.
I told him the parents even see something special in you. I was like, you don't have a friend that I would drive and take you an hour to go see.
Right.
None of them. Name them. Go down the list and I'll be like, that's too far.
Right.
But these people see something very special in you because you are a very good person.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're welcome, because I did that to you.
That's what he said, I had a part in this. Yeah. I had a part. And I was like, because at the party, one of the parents brought it up, and the boy did, right? These are 13-year-old boys. So a lot of times they aren't the most talkative or emotionally expressive, but this generation, they are able to put words to what they're thinking better than I would say me as a 13-year-old. But his friend Tucker had to travel a long way to get to this party. And his parents were like, well, apparently Marcus is worth it. That's what Tucker said. And Tucker, he said, Tucker told us he has never met someone as nice as Marcus. Tucker looked at me. He said, I've never experienced anyone like him before in my life.
Yeah.
He was like, that's how nice he is. I was like, that's my baby that you talking about. Yes, that's mine. So like it took Marcus a while to get himself together. We let him go up to his room. When I went back in his room, he was on his knees on the bed on the knees on the floor with the money and gifts on the bed, was still with his head in his hand.
Like the drug bust went wrong. He's like, we had his money and cash spread out on the bed.
Right.
Well, he was the only one that made it.
Right.
Was it
Set It Off?
Set It Off, yeah.
He was just so baffled by it all. And I was like, I said, just so you know, I was like, this is
Passion, girl, get it together. She at work crying.
Oh, she said, crying. And so, I was just like, this is what you have to realize is that, like.
And we made sure, we was like, are you happy? He's like, yeah, I'm really happy. We made sure it was like tears of joy.
I was like, hopefully. I was like, when you are around people and you purposefully try to make sure they feel good about themselves and that you're trying to be a good friend. I'm not trying to paint my son as the perfect child, because honey, when he is through with folk, he is through. He wasn't feeling good the other day and these little girls tried to talk to him.
I'm talking. It was me through and through. He was the biggest asshole to these girls to where I got mad at him. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You see these people trying to talk to you? Why are you being like this? He was like, I'm just sick and I'm tired. I was like, all right. Then I backed off. I was like, all right.
He was not feeling good at all.
But he wasn't even making eye contact. They asked him one question. The one time he made eye contact, they asked him something like, oh yeah, who's your homeroom teacher? He was eating and stopped and just looked. I don't know. And went back and kept eating. I was like, and these girls came up with all the energy. It's like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and this is my friend so-and-so. Welcome to the school. And he wasn't having it at all.
He was not. So I'm not trying to paint my child out like he is Jesus reincarnate. But I do have to say that, like, his heart, this is one reason why I go so hard for this boy, is because I know for the most part, his intentions are always actually really pure when it comes to his peers and adults. Yeah. And that's why, folk mess with Marcus. They meaning they want their children to be around Marcus, and they want to be able to celebrate him because he really is a good kid. So I'm excited because I did a little challenge. And I don't think he's going to watch this. He don't be watching our podcast. He ain't going to get to this part. I did a little challenge for his birthday where I had each parent send me an interesting fact about their child. And I slowly but surely gave him each one of these facts, but did not say who the fact belonged to of the kids at the party. And he had to guess the right person by the end of the night in order to get the gifts off of his birthday list that he sent us. Because he did ask for some big ticket items. He wasn't like, oh, I want some bubble gum. He asked for some things. And in his text that he sent me, he said, note to self, I know I'm not getting all this. He was just trying to give me. There was one thing that he said, I know I'm not getting this anytime soon.
I'm going to throw this up in there and see what sticks.
Right. So I was like, for as many as you get right, that pulls something off of your list. For any that you get wrong, that throws something off of your list. So it raised the stakes and made him have to have conversations with each one of the kids to get the answers. He got every single last one of them right. Mm-hmm. He has no idea. He was just like, oh, my God. Somebody said, my child doesn't like cheese by itself. That was the clue, even though it was fitting for the person, I think. I was like that little round baby. I'm sure he eats cheese on other things, though.
On everything.
So, yeah, that's our...
That was supposed to be your Tanksley Pride story. God. Oh, can I go now?
Please.
45 things. Y'all wonder why she needs to lead the show and why, Marcus, you need to have more energy because I'm just me the whole time. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway. No, my Tanksley Pride story is also him. So at that age, him being that emotionally aware blew my mind to where I almost broke down when he was crying. Because I was like, the fact that he has these feelings and knows what to do with them, like just being emotional enough to feel that way in order to cry. Like I didn't have that. By the time I was his age, I went to so many goddamn funerals. Mm-hmm. So many family members had died because my mom, so relative to the rest of the family, was so much younger. And we had all these, older aunts, uncles, and cousins and crap. Anyway, for him to be able to process something like that at the age of 12, 13, I was just like, wow, this boy is advanced. Because I wouldn't have known. I remember being overwhelmed and I didn't cry about it. I was just like, man, this is great.
I got an erection. I'm so excited.
But thinking back on it, I was like, yeah, I'm like, dang, that was like a deep when I was experiencing things like at that age. But also that was something my parents would always come back to me with, is I would always hear other adults compliment my parents about me. And then my parents would also come to me and was like, yeah, so-and-so said they met you where they saw you out and talked about how polite and you're always so such a gentleman and all this, that, and the other. But that was something I like, for me, it was a proud moment for me because I know the kind of kid he is. Mm-hmm. And also for him to be that emotionally aware is just like, I was very proud of him, but also us.
Yeah. No, yeah. I was like, got one of these Negroes right. Let's see what happens with the other. Speaking of the other two, we'll do this Tanksley Pride story really quickly. I told the people on Instagram this story, but y'all need to hear this story too. I am watching this show. I just finished watching A Sweet Life on HBO. It's a reality TV show about some 20-year-olds that live out here in LA. It's very it's not, I don't recommend it. However, I watch it because I do try to support Black shows in genres that I would normally watch a show in. So there's this one girl on there named Miami. Miami is thick, like peanut butter thick. In Miami wears clothes that would probably be on someone that is not as thick as her, right? But Miami's like, I'm gonna wear it. And so I was telling my niece, I was like, yeah, my niece is. I was like, on the finale, I was like, honey, she barely had on any clothes. I said, you could even see like her titty roll in the back. And of course, my kids are on their Nintendo Switches, pretending as if they're just engaged in that, but obviously they're ear hustling because they're my kids. Mm-hmm. So Kai's like, titty rolls, titty rolls, titty rolls, right? I was like, Kai, you can't say that. He's like, oh. Amar goes, titty rolls, titty rolls, titty rolls. I said, Amar, you can't say that. And he's like, oh. And Kai was like, Mom, I said titties.
It's like, just relax. It's just titties.
I was like, I know what you said, and that is a slang term for a woman's breasts. That's why it's inappropriate for you as a 7-year-old to say. He was like, oh, I think I thought he said shitties. And I was like, no, I heard you correctly. I said, these goddamn kids are trash. Trash, trash, trash. But yeah, Mars been a whole mess this week. He crying when anybody leaves him. Like, Victory keeps abandoning him.
Yeah, multiple times. Mm-hmm. She started this whole trend, actually. It's all Victory's fault.
Wait till I tell him that she's left him to go hang out with another kid.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to die.
He went from being extremely cold to now he wants no one to leave his presence.
That he has enjoyed time.
He's enjoyed. Like Kennedy, she left, he broke down.
My
Victory
mama
left, broke down. Her mom broke down. He don't do well with anybody leaving. He's like, no, I've opened up to these people. You ain't going to keep taking them out of my life. I got traumatized from when Victory left me. She grabbed my heart. She ripped it out of my chest and left for months.
And threw it and gave it to an alligator in Florida. That's how he feels. So I'm talking about bottom lip, eyes quivering. But guess who is kind of potty trained without, even though he has accidents when he's out of the house and nobody says anything to him? We did that. We did that.
Yeah, we did that. I dropped him off today. I was like, he's no diaper. She was like, oh no. She was like, what about number 2? Remind him.
Yes, you see him go off in the corner. No, he is taking a crap. All right.
Yeah. Moving on. All right, y'all. So we got our main topic this week, and it's the distance one, right? Okay. Main topic. So this one is distance makes the heart grow irritated. What's the most frustrating part about having to be apart from Angel for me when she travels for work, and what do you do to stay connected when you are apart for long periods of time?
This is you, babe.
Well, I asked you the question.
No, it's what is the most irritating?
The most irritating part about Angel being gone is the phone conversations that we have to have. I'm not a phone person. I don't like being on the phone that much.
He doesn't mind with people that he doesn't.
People that I don't talk to that much. It's easier. It's much easier to have a conversation with because it's like we got stuff to catch up on. With me and Angel, unless it's like, let me tell you what happened. It's just, so what you doing? We ain't got nothing else to discover about each other.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
We got so many things to discover.
Together, in person, not on the phone. And Angel, she can talk on the phone all day.
Yes, I can.
All day, every day, nonstop. She can have people lined up. It's like, keep calling, and when I'm able to click over, I click over and talk to you too.
Yeah. I'll put you in here.
That ain't me.
Let's two-way it. Let's all the voices be in here.
She's all about it. I'm like, So I would have to say that's the most, and then my frustration shows up because especially when Angel's busy, Angel ain't talking to me at all. She's just narrating what she's doing or halfway finishing her sentences. It's like,
I don't know why that's frustrating.
It's extremely frustrating. I remember not too long ago, her sister was doing the same thing that she does, and Angel flipped.
That's not why I flipped.
Why did you flip?
I flipped because there is a level of...
Yeah, let's say it.
Listen, there's a level
and she flipped to my seal of all people, okay?
There's a level of disregard that my sister Melissa has towards me. Now that she has this big house, we're the poors, Angel and she does not Talk
All
to
right.
me like a human
They
being.
do have an enormous house, and we are the poorest relative to them. But Angel is full of shit. Okay, Angel would be driving.
Me?
Angel would be driving
Full
down the
of
road.
shit?
Oh yeah. So let me
Marcus.
turn. Why is this woman walking across the street like this? Anyway, like I was saying, ooh, I need to call her back. Yeah, that was Keisha. Let me call her back when we get off the phone. What was I saying? Yeah. So when I went over there,
You know what would help?
and it was like,
you know what would help?
and oh, hold on, let me find. And then all of a sudden you hear paper rustling, and I'm like, bye. I'm getting off the phone. Don't rush me out the phone. So this hour, that whole, I can't do it.
Marcus.
Hey, let me finish. You remember you said Marcus go? Shut your mouth. So that's like the biggest thing, because Angel, she truly is like, she likes to get on the phone, catch up with people, or just be on the phone with people. It doesn't even, and y'all think that's bad for me? What's even worse is FaceTime, because won't nothing be said. It's just staring at each other, or me staring at her, do a whole bunch. All the stuff that I heard, now I'm just watching her do this stuff. And I'm like, I want to go. I don't want to do this. Call me when you get in the bed. Can't do it. So that's the most irritating thing. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, if you talked more, you wouldn't have to hear me not finish sentences.
You're right, but I don't, and I won't.
So this is your fault.
It's not.
So my, the part about me working away, the most irritating part for me are the phone conversations.
Because you don't talk.
Marcus sucks. Like,
I do. I try. I do try.
1 out of 5 stars. Terrible. Trash. He tries. His tries are pathetic. But
I'm trying.
right. I mean, they are terrible. And not only that, you know what's also difficult is trying to send sexy pictures that he doesn't want. He doesn't want any of them. I still send them though. Still send him on his way. They're terrible. They are so hard to take.
Angel takes horrible. Actually, 1 out of 5 are excellent.
I was about to say they are not all horrible. You a goddamn lie.
1 out of 4. I'll take it down to 4.
It's more like,
if you take 4, 3 of them gonna be like, or do you ever want?
which ones you talking about?
Let me go through the phone and I'll tell you. Go keep talking.
Because I want to know.
I'll
Because you
show the
don't
people.
tell me.
I'll show the people. Of course, I'm not gonna tell you. Why would I tell you?
So then I can stop putting in the effort.
No, because that 4th one be like, all right, that was a pretty good one.
I will give you no more. None.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to this goddamn phone.
I'm
I
safe.
wanna
I
see-
actually save mine. Angel don't be deleting stuff.
You what?
I mean, I don't save mine. Angel don't know how to delete stuff.
I don't want to delete it. I want to keep it.
Keep talking. Go.
He sucks.
The pictures I take of you are better than the pictures that you send to me. And
Of
you don't be
course
knowing,
they are. I'm
thing
not.
is-
I can't photograph my own.
but you
ass
don't be
well.
trying.
Yes, I do.
No, I'm saying when I take pictures of you, it just be like a sneak snap and I walk away and you won't know it for weeks until I send it to you. You be like, when did you take it?
Let me tell you, do you know how difficult it is, especially if you don't have a tripod or if the lighting sucks?
These are pictures I never asked for.
And he'll never get them again. There's a lot of things he won't get after this podcast.
Oh, see, I'm
Ever
looking
again.
I'm looking at the stuff I got. This stuff is great. The ones I take of you. Why did it stop? We got a lot more pictures than that.
I want to
That was
see
loading.
what this
iPhone's loading. There we go.
lying ass
Let me see if I kept any of them.
liar.
I ain't no liar. So what else? So hold on. What's the question? See, look at the docket so we can see.
I know what the docket is. I'm waiting.
You want to see a bad one that you sent to me?
I want to see a bad one.
All right, hold on.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Because I know which ones are bad. I don't send them.
Oh. Then let me see what you ain't sent. Because goodness gracious.
You black bastard.
What? It ain't got nothing to do with you. You just take bad pictures.
It's got everything to do with me.
I
Never
feel like it
again.
skipped a large section. Okay, no, we just.
I ain't doing all that passion. He ain't getting crap else from me. I'm talking about not a thing. Not a thing. I'll be like, and when I get home, and he's like, "Oh yeah."
Why is that guy? What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make me miss you. Don't just be sending me stuff.
What?
Make me miss you.
What you mean? Make you
if
miss
I ain't
me?
seeing you in all parts of you all the time, I miss you more.
That's a goddamn gonna lie.
Why is it jumping like this? Is yours jumping?
I don't know what you mean by jumping.
The screen. Look at that. And then it would jump and then it starts over from the beginning.
I don't know why yours is doing that. Probably because you're a hater. He's a freaking hater. Anyways, no, the phone conversations are trash. Marcus is really not an engaged person. He'll be like, yeah, Like, truly, it could be somebody wrapped up in a closet, taped up, and I wouldn't know because that's what it be. Mouth barely opens. And then on FaceTime, he looks dead behind the eyes. So it's like,
there's nothing being said.
Talk.
About what?
Everything.
There is nothing to talk about. So what you do, Days? Took the kids.
You talk about other stuff.
Picked up the kids.
You can talk about other stuff.
I drove.
You talk about other
old lady
stuff.
flipped me off, so I flipped her off.
But why you got to tell the story like that? Why can't you be like,
So
let
I
me
got in
tell
the
you about
car.
this old ass chick that let me tell you. So I was on my way to Home Depot because you know that the bathroom light is acting up. So
y'all
said,
see how nothing turns into a long story, and I'm just like, where's this going?
shoot,
Get to
I
the
just
meat
messed
potatoes. Okay? Don't nobody care about all this.
it makes the story more engaging.
But it's a lame story. You just tell the same thing as lady flipped me off. Hers, so I got in the truck today.
I know
what
you
I
ain't
had
talking
to
about
do,
me. I'm an elite storyteller.
I'm a better storyteller.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Absolutely
I'm a much
not.
better storyteller.
No, you're not.
You be leaving out details. I gotta fill in your stories when you telling them.
I know where the story is going. I can tell you right now.
I know, and that's the problem. I know where Angel's stories are going when she starts. When she starts talking, I know exactly where it's going to end. And I'm like, why are you taking the long way around? Why can't you just say this?
You might be able to say that my pictures are trash, but I'm going to tell you right now.
What?
My storytelling is way better than yours.
Okay.
That's where the lies will stop. They'll stop right there. Hold on. I accidentally swiped out of this, but I'm about to get there. He gonna see these. He won't tell me.
I've seen them.
What did I look like in the photo? Because I could probably find it in my camera roll.
That's why I said, let me see your phone.
No, just tell me if it was that terrible.
I don't remember. I tried to forget.
Oh, he think that he's gonna be able to live this one down. He's not. He is not. It is so.
I'm like, I want the real thing. I don't want no pictures.
Says the man who still has the photo book I made him from prior to having little Marcus.
That was a 2-person effort. That looks almost professional.
It was professional.
It wasn't professional.
Huh?
It looks almost professional. It wasn't professional.
It was professional.
Who took in pictures?
Talia.
She a professional?
Yeah.
She a professional
You
photographer?
remember she took your headshots? She was good enough for you then, wasn't she?
So if I could find some of these headshots. She was the first person that took headshots for me, though.
Oh, it did. It started all over. Hold on.
See? Look at mine.
Hold on. I'm about to
Look at mine. Oh,
I'm about to show him these photos, and y'all gonna hear him eat his words.
no, because then I'm actually going to be in trouble. I'll be like, so you like that? You think that's something appealing?
Watch it when he is Okay, we gonna answer.
Oh,
this.
look at this one.
I did not take that picture. You took it. You black bastard. Yeah. You want to talk?
Okay, but this one's funnier.
Oh,
that
that's
was
just
me
him
sleeping.
sleep. Oh no, if it was gonna be titties, they not getting this. They listen, Patreon pay $5, not $500. That's what these tits are worth. Okay. Let me play our tell them what this next segment is.
It is. What is it?
Tell them. Look at the thing.
I'm flipping through my pictures.
It's going to keep starting over.
You the one got me doing this.
We're going to do an audience question. Listen, you all can send in audience questions throughout.
Episodes all over.
You can send in audience questions to our Instagram. Is this going to cause an argument? We're going to show priority to our Patreon. We would love it to actually be video. So if you brave enough to get in front of the camera, that's actually, we'll take priority of that over everything else because we want to be able to add your face to the video format of it. But if not, if it's at least audio, we'll be able to use it. But we got a question today from Motivation. She's one of our Patreon members, and this was her question.
Hey family, really quick, my question is, what would be your top 3 pieces of advice for long distance relationships? I know you all mentioned previously, or you mentioned all the time how you all were in a long distance relationship and Angel flew you out, Tank. But I would like to know from your point of view, Tank, what are 3 pieces of advice to keep the long distance relationship healthy and going? And Angel, what are your 3 pieces of advice to keep that long distance relationship healthy and moving forward?
Okay, she asked you first, babe.
Don't start one. Nah. Long distance ain't easy. I'll have to say the first piece, like when we were long distance, phone conversation was great. And then it's almost like you got to make your day interesting. For me, for someone that doesn't like talking on the phone after we were like into this thing for like, years, long distance, it's almost like you got to do things that are interesting so you can have something to talk about. Because like the day-to-day stuff, it becomes very repetitive, and repetitive gets boring. And the fact that you are on the phone, and that's, pretty much all you got if y'all not seeing each other, I would have to say make your day-to-day life interesting or do more things that are interesting to give you something to talk about.
Okay. Those are your...
That's one for me.
That's one. Get with someone who likes to talk on the phone. Don't do long distance with someone who doesn't. That's my number 1.
My number 2 is just don't do long distance.
I'm dead serious about that though. Like if it's a strain, if you're the only person trying to hold the conversation, that wasn't the case when we first got together. But if it's somebody who is not willing to communicate with you and like know that is y'all's only way to communicate, it's just going to be a struggle.
Because we've had somebody recently that was in something new. And that was a struggle that they were having. I'm like, you in this thing brand new. Y'all should have a whole lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, because the relationship is fresh. Y'all fresh. There's still a whole lot of conversation that can be had. So that's definitely important. 2, I would say when you are around each other, when you do see each other, just know that, like for us, anytime we got around each other, it was like a powder keg. Anything could set us off and we would be arguing because it was I don't know exactly what it was or how you name it, but it's the built up energy of not being around each other and then finally being around each other, but also frustrated that you haven't seen each other. Mm-hmm. And it could be something simple like, why didn't you make this left? Because I'm going to make the next left, and then it just blow up over going to somewhere and you took the wrong street or something.
Yeah.
So like recognize that there's things can be sensitive when you do get around each other. So do whatever you can to make those moments special.
I would definitely say long distance, make sure you all have planned, not penciled in, but permanent in times that you all are actually going to see each other in person. It gives you all something to look forward to, and it also keeps things from getting too vague. So if you're like, yeah, sometime like in 3 months, we're going to, kick it and come see each other. No, like actually buy the tickets, have it scheduled, block off
Put
your
it in
calendar.
the calendar. Yeah,
block it off in your calendar. Do not renege on it, because I do think it is easy to get into an out of sight, out of mind type of place, and unless you are really being
intentional.
Intentional about when you all are going to spend time together, it's easy to grow apart. Hell, it's easy for people who live in the same city to grow apart. So long distance is even easier.
Hell, people live in the same house, grow apart.
Exactly. So make sure you take the time and the effort to actually schedule time to be around each other.
And that goes around the board, being intentional.
Across the board?
Across the board, being intentional, whether in the house, in the same city, or in a relationship, period. Be intentional about spending time and making times great. Shoot, it just left my head. The third one for me was shoot. I just had it.
Okay, well, I'll do third. The third one for me is still operate and try your best to really find ways to operate in that person's love language.
Damn it.
That was not what you
It
were
was,
say.
I swear to God. I swear on my life. It was that, all right, whatever. That's exactly what it was. You know I never swear unless I'm for real. Swear to God, that's what it was. Not in those words. I was going to say still speak that person's love language when available. If you're around them, if it's physical touch, make sure you do that. When you're, whatever, go ahead. I'll find another one. Keep talking.
No,
you like to talk? No,
go
talk.
ahead.
It's your turn. Talk.
I was going to say, as I was saying until somebody said they were saying it. Yes, speaking that person's, be really intentional about speaking their love language, because a lot of times we do equate just being able to be around somebody. Not that everybody's love language is quality time, but we do a lot of times equate allowing someone to take priority of our time as a part of feeling love from them. And so being that is not really possible, if it's gifts, find ways in which you can send them things that they would appreciate. It doesn't have to be expensive things. If it's acts of service, ordering something for them that'll help make their life easier, doing something for them virtually that would make their life easier. Obviously, if it's words of affirmation, making sure that when you all are on the phone, that you're really affirming their spirit, affirming what they're doing in life, affirming you all's relationship. If it's physical touch, that's the one that's more difficult, obviously. So go to their secondary one, and just know when you all are in person, make sure that you are very present in the moment, very attached to the person in the moment, if that is what their love language is. And obviously they'd be missing it. And then the other one is, there's 5 of them and I just missed one. Quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, gifts. And physical touch, that was all of them? I went through all of them? That seems like I skipped one when I was going over the explanation.
Or maybe you did physical touch first. I don't know.
But yeah, I would say definitely do that. Mm-hmm. So what's your now made up one?
For my fourth one.
You
I would say make them a priority for information. If you got anything going on, the fact that they can't physically be there, if you have information, if you're doing something new, if you get, promotion, whatever it may be, let them be the first to know. Give them a call. It's like, hey, I just want to let you know this just happened, or I got this, or I'm about to do that. I wanted you to be the first to know. I wanted just so they can feel your presence or feel like they're at the top of your mind. Even if it's an idea that you got, anything it may be, make them a priority. I know, especially now, but like when we get things going on, even though it wasn't something that we was always did right away, but now we know it's like if I got something going on when I was working and got a promotion, or, things going on, or Angel, she booked a job, we're always the first to tell each other something.
Yeah.
And I think that's something important, especially in a distance relationship, for them to feel like that, oh, you were thinking about me, or I'm important enough to do this. What?
You saying that one's bad?
That's a great one. No, that's a great one.
This is, I sent how many to you when I was on tour?
Like I said,
I only sent 3.
No, you didn't. You sent far more.
Go ahead.
You sent more than that.
Go
that
ahead.
was a great one. But how come you even admitted that you don't take good ones?
I don't send
But then
them
when I
they
agree, well, Now your energy done shifted. Y'all seen the energy shift over here?
Because that was a huge insult on air. You think
What?
I'm going to take it well?
It wasn't no answer. I said, but you
You
I
said
agree
1
with
out
you.
of 5.
That ain't got, oh my God. Then I said 4.
Okay. I told you think I was
If
playing.
you said, Mark, you take some trash pictures with you, I'm
I
like,
would never.
I bet I do. But why not if they trash?
I wouldn't do it on our podcast. I would have told you that before now.
Oh my God. Anyhow, that's what you should do. Make that person a priority.
Uh-huh.
How you going? Oh my God. Where we at?
Oh, you can't recognize how you did wrong.
All right, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I thought that's where we was.
And you
You
telling
said
me
you-
the truth on the podcast and not prior to? In the moment, you could have been like, hey, this ain't that good. Hello?
Where we at? All right. I was trying to find the thing.
Oh, we at the close.
Oh. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Ain't getting out there another picture. I don't care how good it look. Ever.
That was a great picture right there. Anyway, fam, thank y'all for tuning in. Another episode of This Is Gonna Cause an Argument. I have been your host, Marcus Tanksley, aka Tank. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Marcus on the Gram, Facebook at Marcus Hayne on the Book, and TikTok at Tank Don't Talk. Angel,
I'm at that chink angel. Thank y'all. Bye.
the salty.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, fam.